just want to give a big shout out to Mike and Shelley. I know that this whole thing would never have even happened if it wasn't for your guys' willingness to take on all 5 of these kids in this house for this period of time. And I know the sacrifice that you guys are making to do it. So thank you very much for that. And I wanted to say to Mama Lee, without your planning and help and any of this, none of it would have happened. So I just want to let you guys know thank you in advance. And I'm hoping to record this. This right here was the sign that my parents printed out for Michelle and I when I proposed to her. And it has been in every house that we've been to, underneath the bed or some weird storage spot for the last, 12 plus years. So it's kind of cool to see it out there again, and reminds me of them a little bit. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope Michelle gets a kick out of it too. I hope everything works out just fine here. And I'll see you guys in a few. Tell the kids they can go sit on the couch.
Levi, Luke, Lily, come on. Levi, Luke, Lily, come here. Couch.
For real? Oh my gosh.
Do you remember that, babe?
I do remember that.
All right, come on over.
He's got a poem
Come on
for you.
over.
Levi.
I've got a poem, babe.
It's not even our anniversary. What are you doing? You're recording this?
I am.
Oh my gosh.
You ready for this little poem?
God.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Gotta be quiet, okay? Okay. Can you believe it? Can it be so that we started this marriage a decade ago? Do you remember when God crossed our paths and had us meet? You had a box of handmade cupcakes that I wanted to eat. I grabbed the door real quick and you walked right on by. Was this the opportunity that I had caught your eye? Days later in the library, we were back at school. Then I overheard a conversation about old Chevy trucks, and I said, she's cool. Marry me was the joke that came out of that conversation. Who knew that this joke would become a realization? Shortly after we began dating, and I knew that I needed some confirmation, and God provided me an answer in a unique situation. But no money and a starving student made it hard to find a ring. And bam, a car accident gave me the opportunity to get you some bling. Thanksgiving was my opportunity, but it had to be a surprise and a secret. 2 things I would learn you hate, but something you would never regret. So with a banner set up down the way and binoculars in hand, we took a golf cart way up a hill. Thankfully, there was no sand. My heart was racing, a lump in my throat, and nervous as can be. Would you say yes? Would you marry me? I recited the verse, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for her. While giving you the binoculars to find the sign my parents made, I wasn't sure. You put it all together and tears began to fill your eyes. You told me yes, and everyone was surprised. That week ended in Pismo, and the planning began on a beach. To family and our friends, we would begin to reach. The years began to fly by so fast. Children, we began to gather in mass.
Yeah.
LJ, the little boy who made me a dad, look at how he has grown up so fast. Then Levi and Luke seem to have come in a pair, 2 redheaded boys that love to compare. You told me our house was not full and that a little girl was in your heart. Where's she at over there? And God gave us Lily, a little angel filled with sass and tart.
That's for sure.
Was our house full? Was it bursting at the seams? No. Baby Lawson enters the scene. We have moved 6 times in these years and are still not in our home. But it has never mattered because together we roam. My life has changed in more ways than jobs, homes, and kids. Your mom, dad, grandmas, aunts, and uncles, and that's just the short list. I know that God has blessed me with you as my wife, a blessing I will pursue to last my entire life. You have brought me so much joy and love I cannot explain. It must be God is the only way I can ascertain. How can So how can I acknowledge a woman, wife, mother, and friend who has had such a broad touch? Who over the last decade has had to put up with so much?
You want milk?
Perhaps a surprise party, getting a venue, securing the DJ and food. A secret Facebook group and a large dance floor would set the mood. Yes, a party, I said, a plan that would stick. Hours of planning and preparing an idea that I would have to kick. Your mom and friends sharing that this is not what she would want to do. A very frustrated husband had to cancel the plans, too. Back to the drawing board I went. Back to the drawing board I went to acknowledge our love and marriage investment. I tricked you into answering what it is you wanted to do. Now putting that into a plan became something that required more than a few. You said a trip. That is what an anniversary celebration is meant to be. 5 kids, 2 birthdays, school, and a very busy week is what I began to see. But Mom and Dad to the rescue and reached out with an offer that I could not refuse. A willingness to watch our herd you are darn sure I would use. Where would we go and what would we see? What haven't we done, just you and me? Should we take a drive up the coast and put our feet on the beach? Should we get surf lessons for the 360 with someone who could teach? Or how about a dinner cruise with just me and you? A way to wrap up off-roading through paradise. Wouldn't that be cool? Or going on a hike rappelling down waterfalls. Wouldn't that be nice? Too bad a place like that doesn't exist, and imagine if it did, the price. Or how about an overnight with a beachfront by the sea? That would be really nice for you and for me. With so many options to pick from, how could I lose? This was my dilemma, what to choose. This is a momentous occasion. 10 years, you said to me, and looking at our past, I could not disagree. So with the help of Mom, Dad, and Mama Lee, I booked us a trip we will never forget to Hawaii.
Ooh.
So get your bags ready and don't pack light, for this trip is longer than just one night. We will take to the skies before the week's end to set off on an adventure that we will share again
What are you gonna do, Lawson?
and again. Go ahead, buddy.
Happy anniversary.
Yep.
You're welcome.